Good morning. Hello, welcome back to Sage and Stone Homestead. My name is Heather. This is a little bit of a hodgepodge video. We have a lot going on today. Not like anything major, but there's a lot of little things to kind of tackle before we get some super cold weather. One of the things that really needed to happen was I needed more hay. Our hay guy that we normally get our hay from ran out of hay. He only had an extra 200 bales to sell us, which is what we normally go through, at least in years past. In one winter, it's been about a bale a day, but I have many more goats than I've had in years past. So we've already gone through that. We had to go to our secondary hay guy and he had these big bales, which we've never dealt with before. Levi said that there's about 16 to 18 of the smaller sized bales like this inside one of these big ones. This is first cutting orchard grass. It's a little bit stemmy, but I mean, it'll do. It's better than nothing. I think he's gotten to where he thinks that when the camera comes out, that means treat, doesn't it? Oh, you dropped it. Do I need to rearrange the like slat things in that shed?
I don't think so. I think they're fine.
Okay. He said that he doesn't think that these little pieces of fencing that we have down here to elevate the hay up off the ground, he says that he doesn't think these need to move. I kind of think that they need to move because if he's going to be driving in that big old bale in here straight and then trying to put it up against this wall, it's not going to work very well. I'm putting some of this lime down to help keep the moisture away from the bales. It's a little stemmy. We told we were feeding goats, so that's what they gave us.
Oh, it's good hay.
It's good hay. It's orchard.
Orchard hay.
Yeah. And then that's alfalfa.
Yeah, did you get this up there? Hey, Levi. If you have trouble getting your forks in without pushing it off, just raise it on our pad, turn it down like that, just roll it.
Poke it in.
But it will go in there through forces. We'll find out, I guess. I'll use it a whole lot.
I love him. That's our neighbor. There you go. That's good. Our neighbor who you saw in the beginning of the spiel here, he said that if it doesn't fit through the door, you just take a little bit off of the end and then retie the strings and it will fit.
That is tight.
Woo!
Like a banjo.
Watch out, girl. Oh. I think they like it. Can I bring it over to the rack? Hmm? You like it? I'm gonna attempt to wheel this away now. I might not have thought this all the way through. Oh goodness. One escapee is not bad, especially when they're easy to catch, like Clover is. I left some of it over there for you. Go eat it. All right, 2 in, 1 more to go. When it's nice weather out like this and it's really just not raining, I'll leave the door open because hay does need quite a lot of airflow. But it looks like the girls really like it, which is good because this is what they get. So a couple of years ago when we were getting hay from this place, I was getting an orchard mix as well, and I broke out in hives from dealing with the hay. I remember that now. So it's going to be imperative for me to deal with that hay, or to handle the hay with gloves on and with my sleeves down, which is not going to be a problem because, like I said, it's going to get really cold really fast. It's actually going to stick around for quite a while. I've gotten a lot of warnings on my phone through different avenues like my email, my weather app, and such, that have been warning about this cold front that I've never seen in previous cold fronts. Even last year when we were having that super intense Arctic blast, I feel like I didn't get as much notice for it, and so it's giving me pause. Now the temperatures, they're not going to be horrible. I mean, it's going to be single digits, but we do see that annually. It's not for very long, and that might be part of it. They're forecasting that it's going to be quite a few days in a row where we don't come up above freezing, and that is different. Hopefully it's not as bad as they're, I guess, making it out to be. But most of the year we do come above freezing. Most of the winter our temperatures are around 20s, maybe teens in the evenings or at night and in the cooler part of the mornings, and then during the day we usually warm up above freezing, and so dealing with things like water is pretty manageable. Usually by the time I come out to give water to the goats and the chickens, etc., any kind of bucket that they have for their water just has this disc of ice floating on the top of it, and I can tip that disc out, fill in with fresh water, and they're good to go. But that will not happen if we do not come up above freezing. So I have a couple of these buckets, these heated buckets that we will be putting out. Usually I will also put out a heated bucket near the chickens as well. This does run more of a risk of a chicken falling in it and then subsequently chilling. We have not had that experience, though some of our friends have had that happen. I like to give them both options because sometimes if it's super cold and super blustery, they're a lot more hesitant to come out of their coop in order to get water, and so they've got the inside water and then this outside water. We are very fortunate that the people that owned our farm before us put electricity in the chicken coop, they put electricity in the barn, they put electricity in some of the outdoor sheds, so we're set up pretty well. Hello. Not in it yet. Oh. Hang on, back up, back up, back up. Oh my. This little area back here is where we kept our pigs for 2 winters, and our pigs actually drank out of a heated water bowl. I like the bucket a little bit better for the goats. It has that handle on it that I can attach to this fencing, so they're a lot less likely to knock it over because goats. So as you can see, this bucket has this cord that has a coil on it so that if and when the goats chew on it, they're not going to be able to chew through it. This extension cord does not have that. This was not a problem up this high when we had pigs in here, but it's a problem for the goats. So I'm just gonna pop that off. And then when it comes time to fill that and then refill it, I've got a pretty cool system for that. Nothing technical. Hi. You're not coming out here. Hello. Hey. What you doing? So our girls in the barn, they have this water trough with a tank heater that's inside. The tank heater has one of these like covers on the outside, and we've also bolted it to the wall. We've had this set up like this for a couple years and they don't mess with it, knock on wood. They've got better things to munch on, right? This water stays liquid all the time, and I very frequently bail water for some of the other animals out of it using this. It works really well. As far as the rabbits go, I've got this plug here. This cord goes out to the rabbitry, and it's hooked up to these heated waters right here. So each mama has one water bottle that is connected to her cage. This mama does have a litter of bunnies. We will look at them. See the babies. She is keeping them nice and warm with straw and her fur. They're getting big, holy cow, look at them. Boink. Hi, baby. And that lovely nest that she's made is gonna keep them warm, no problem. You're doing a good job. I've got mamas with older bunnies over here. Hello. These guys have water bowls that I fill up with that watering can. Rabbits are the champion of the cold on our farm. They can handle a lot of low temperature as long as they're well protected from the wind. They are well protected here in the barn. You can see back behind their cage that I have some old feed bags propped up. That helps protect them from the wind that comes in from the south side of the barn. We've done a lot to already block the wind anyway. This here used to be completely wide open, but we've put in this little pony wall here and then this clear plastic. This is a wind block. And so is this. So we'll close this. That'll help. Hi, Tori. So these feed bags really do help. And then if it gets bad enough, I'll close this door as well. And then everybody in there is nice and cozy. So you saw that these goats have shelter and water and everything in the barn. So they're all set. I do have a couple other areas where there are goats kept. And what I like to do when we're getting a decent amount of cold weather is I like to consolidate the herds and put them a little bit closer together than I really like to have them normally. So we've got these two boys back here. We have Feral and then Havoc. These guys get their water hand delivered out to them a couple times a day when it's cold. And then over here, I have a couple of goats that have been together for a little while. We've got Nefarious here. He's our blue cactus buck. Say hi. And then his girlfriend Rosemary right there. So these guys have been together quite a while. I'm pretty sure that Rosemary is bred. I'd really like to break these guys up, put Rosemary in the girl pen and put Nefarious in the buck pen with Havoc and Feral. The reason for that is twofold. They're going to have better body heat with the more goats that we put together, but also it's less work on me in the cold. It's one less pen to bring hay to, one less pen to bring water to. So you guys are breaking up today. I'm sorry. I mean, we probably could bring Rosemary home, but she's fine. It's fine. Come on, little boy. I know you hate the water. I know. I know. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Nefarious. Come here. Darn it. Come here, boy. Hey, handsome. He's like, nope, I don't need you anymore, Mom. Will you walk with me? Probably not. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. This little boy is such a spoiled brat. That strange standoff. I can't pick you up. You're too heavy. Come on, baby. Come on. You're going in here. Like this. Go on. There you go. She's like, that one has no ears. It's an alien. Rosemary here belongs to our friends Megan and Reagan over at GWP Homestead. They brought her over to breed her to Nefarious. She's actually out of my buck Havoc. The buck that they have at their farm is her grandfather, and they could line breed if they wanted to, but I mean, we've got Nefarious. And for anybody worrying or wondering, Rosemary is disease-free. We just disease tested my whole herd plus Rosemary. Everybody is clean. It was actually 15 goats that we disease tested. So it was 14 of mine and Rosemary in the mix. The 7 of my goats that I was unable to test, I was unable to do so because I just couldn't get a blood draw on them. I didn't have the right clippers in order to get the hair down to the skin, and so I couldn't see the jugular. But these goats, most of them are under a year old. A lot of people, when they do disease testing, they don't test them until they're ready to breed them or over a year old. It's actually not suggested to disease test a goat until they're at least 6 months old. But the goats that I wasn't able to get a blood draw on, they were born here out of disease-free parents. They've never left. They've never been exposed to outside goats until now, but we know Rosemary is disease-free. So yeah, that feels good. It feels good to have that done and to be able to say that we have a disease-free herd. We always assumed so because we had done some spot testing and everybody always came back clean. But it's nice to have that done, and so we can say for sure that we know that we have disease-free animals. So for the time being, Rosemary is gonna be hanging out in my barn until she goes home, whenever that is. Doesn't matter, she can hang out here forever. Maybe not forever. I think her farm wants her back eventually. But with that, I think we're as ready as we can be for the cold. Like I said, I don't think it's supposed to be super bad just by itself as far as temperatures go, but it's more of the duration. It's the length of time that we have and we don't come up above freezing, but I think we're gonna manage fine. Everybody stay safe and warm, and I'll see you guys again soon.